The truth is out there, and it begins with you. Welcome to the Cosmic Fold, where we talk high strangeness. Call us at 928-288-2942. That's 928-288-2942. Or join us by video. If you're at a computer, just look for the link in the chat. Buckle up, sit around our virtual campfire, and let's get started.
Tonight on the Cosmic Fold, we're looking up with ThunderBeat. She's a lifelong experiencer whose first ET encounter happened at age 4, and it never stopped. From cloaked craft and glowing orbs, to Egyptian symbols in Sedona, to the messages she believes our star family is sending humanity right now. If you've ever wondered what's really in the sky, and why some people see more than others, tonight's the night. Looking up with ThunderBeat. Live now on the Cosmic Fold. And trust us, there's much more where that came from.
Nice.
Hi.
So, yes, the AI voice is better than mine.
I love it.
Yeah, no, that was good. Yeah, that was nice.
I love it.
Time. Yeah.
Well, ThunderBeat, thanks for our crazy Wednesday night show on the Cosmic Fold.
Yes.
What I thought I could do is let you introduce yourself, and then I've got a slide just with snippets of your website, and then I've got a bunch of questions from your book. But if that sounds good with you, will that work?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm ThunderBeat, Deborah. I've been a musician all my life and a pioneer in sound healing for probably 30 years now. So I have my chakra journey CD. Am I echoing a lot here?
Yeah, we're just being real quiet. Mika, you want to jump in by video? I'll put a link in there.
I'm going to mute myself just in case.
I don't know how to fix that. Echo cancel. It says echo. How about now? Is it better?
No, it's not me. So why don't I mute myself and see?
Yes or no? Okay, so we're gonna get going here. All right. So the echo's gone. Yes or no?
That's better. Well,
okay.
I just
All right. I hope you're gonna edit this. So anyway, it was really magical. My chakra journey CD came to me through Archangel Gabriel. I was overnight in the Great Pyramid in Egypt, and he came to me and he said, "Color, light, sound. 7 is the sacred number. 7 is the sacred number." And he kept repeating this over and over again. He announced himself, and I put the 2 and 2 together. He's talking about the chakras, the 7 colors of the rainbow, the 7 colors of the chakras, and he's telling me there's an activational tone for each chakra. Now, this is before any chakra CDs were out there that I know of in the world in the 90s. So I was excited, and I went home and started writing this CD, and he came in and gave me the tones for each chakra. And I put it together. Archangel Gabriel is a musician. Come blow your horn. He's a messenger. Wow. So of course he would know the tones and the higher frequencies of the chakras. So I feel very honored. I didn't write it by myself, and but that's out there. It helps so many people. That's what the whole mission is helping people wake up, raise their frequencies, releases anxiety, stress, fear. So anyway, so I've been a musician, and now I have 4 books out. Never thought I was going to write a book, and they all came to me the chakra book. Thoth came to me there. He goes, "Now write the book," and he downloaded me new information, really ancient information. So these are my guides, that I bring in the knowledge from many, many places and for the people on the planet, and writing all kinds of. I do conferences, Cosmic Awakening are called. and about contactees and that. Why I started that. I've been doing that for 9 years. Once a year, I do the Sedona Cosmic Awakening Conference, and that's because I was going to these conferences and they were all researchers and no contactees. And I'm going, well, where's the contactees? I want their stories. I don't want these researchers, you know. They said, no, we don't allow researchers, or we don't allow contactees. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. So that's why I started the conference. So people can speak their truth about their contact and their, relations with the star family, star people. So that's what I've been doing for the last 30 years. It's a lot of work, and I'm very happy to do it.
Let me interject here a little bit for some comments. Somebody asked you, ThunderBeat, if you draw as well.
Draw, paint.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually was a straight A student in art in, school, elementary, junior high, and high school. I had a they honored me a, to go to college, for art. But yeah, I switched to music. I said, no, I want to go to music. So I went to Eastman School of Music instead of, but I got a scholarship. So that's a yes. I was an artist first. So what came in handy with my art, ideas and things is my book covers and CD covers. So it's perfect. Right?
Excellent. Well, we have Anne who's joined us. Did you have a question?
Deborah, I want to say, you're the one who's got the echo.
Yeah.
It's coming from you.
Okay, let me try the settings here.
I don't know why.
It's not you. It's definitely Deborah.
I don't know how that happened because it's never happened before. So
It's not coming from your side.
I'm sorry?
It's coming from Deborah. It's feeding back to her.
Oh, you mean that Deborah?
Yeah, not Deborah. Deborah.
Not Deborah. Okay.
She's messing with it right now. Well, can I ask you a question? So contact began when you were about 4 years old. Is that your first memory of contact? Oh.
What's the question?
I'd always ask what's your first time contact. You said it was about 4 years old according to the book.
Oh, 4 years old. Yes, I thought you were asking somebody else.
No.
Yes, I'm from upstate New York, and I was playing in the driveway. I was 4 years old, broad daylight, and I call it a cloud ship because it was a ship that was cloaked in a cloud, came over me and pulled me up into the ship, and I didn't remember everything until I got a regression. I remember coming back, and I was tumbling in the air in slow motion, and was ready to hit the driveway with my head. I said, no, I need to land on my hands. So I landed on my hands really quick, and my cat was there, and my cat jumped like about 10 feet in the air because I must have came out of nowhere. And my mother runs out of the house, and she says, I've been looking for you. Where have you been? I've been looking for hours. I was ready to call the police. I said, I've been playing here in the driveway, Mom. So I didn't remember until I got a regression with a full regression with Dolores Cannon in 2004. And that's when all the information came out. It was just incredible. It was my star family reminding me my mission. And they brought me up to the ship, and they showed me color, light, sound. They said every room was a different color, which it was. And then they shined golden light onto me, and they called me a name. And they said, your name is Flying Eagle with many wings. And everybody goes, well, why don't you use that? I said, well, I've been using ThunderBeat for decades, so. So that's my first encounter. And they contact me here and there. I've actually been contacted by many different groups. Andromedans. They were, I'm finding out that they were the Ra the raw group is where I'm from. Then that's the sunbirds, birds, golden eagles, suns. And then, but I've been contacted by the Andromedans. I've been contacted by the mantis. I've been contacted by the Syrians, Arcturians, Palladians. So, and they come in unexpectedly. I'm going to say it's not like we make an appointment.
So when your contact ends, is there anything that either happens or precipitates it, or do you notice any residue after the contact?
Residue?
Yeah, you know, like it's not uncommon for experiencers to have an experience and then it kind of heightens your psychic ability for a while, like strangeness kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought it was normal, my psychic abilities. But then, finding out later that it's like, people aren't like that. I'm like, really? So it was just natural, throughout my whole life, knowing things, very young. I just, I just call it an awareness. So, yeah.
So somebody's asking you, do you dream? Probably they mean precognitively, I bet. Things like that.
What? I'm sorry, what?
There's a question from the audience saying, do you dream?
Do I dream? Once in a while. It's not lately. Well, actually, I've had some galactic dreams, and I don't think they're dreams. They're definitely, I'm working on the different ship or something, because they seem extremely real, and I know I have certain people I know here on Earth that I'm with at these meetings or groups or whatever. So the best way I can explain it, and we're doing some galactic missions. I don't remember though, but it's always good helping people.
Does it run in your family?
My mom, she's been contacted. They brought her up in the ship too when I was 4, I found out. And then they brought her back. But my mom, yes, I found out that when I was finding out later, before I wrote my ET book, I wanted some more information, so I had some more sessions. And they brought me to home. And my mom was passed at the time, and my mom came through there. And she said, the only reason I came to Earth was to bring you in. And I'm like, I started crying, like rivers of tears on my face when she said that to me. And she was from the home planet, the Raw group. So they have these beings. I have the pictures of the beings in my book. They have feathers for hair. They're very bird-like, but they're human. They look human. Some of them look, like actual. I have actually met Ra from the pictures from Egypt. What he looks like without the headdress, because that's not him. That's Horus. That exactly like that. Exactly. Yeah. So
I have a question for you. That I've been debating with somebody. You know the 3-eye atlas? Do you hear that echo?
Yeah.
Sorry. Should I just stop?
About what?
Well, okay, the 3-eye atlas. Some believe it's a message about the environment and our future. And I've been having a debate. If these messages are so important, why do they make them so hard for most people to understand?
Well, they're not messages, they're activations. So what's coming through is like sacred geometry activations, frequency activations. There's not actually words. It's feelings, more like feelings of bringing in the color, light, sound frequencies and raising our frequency, and actually doing a cleanup. With the sun flares. The sun flares are taking off the darkness off the planet, and they're raising the frequency of the planet. So a lot of times, a lot of people, because it's sometimes pretty intense, that you're exhausted, you're tired, you need to rest. I'm receiving that a lot, just rest. Simplify. That's the messages I'm receiving. Simplify, because I'm just constantly working on some project, and I said, no, time to take a break. But and all these new frequencies are coming in, and there's lots of cleansing going on. So it's not really with words; it's with energy. Does that make sense?
It does. But so it's not about trying to raise awareness, like conscious awareness.
Well, the frequencies do awaken you up. They raise your frequency so your awareness expands.
So when's it going to happen?
Now, sometimes it's so subtle that you don't realize it, and it comes in naturally, and then all of a sudden you go, "Oh, I don't know how I know this. I just know this," and there it is. So it's not 1, 2, 3. It takes some time. So have patience, I guess. I would say, because it's kind of similar when I do the 22 DNA activations. It takes up to 3 years to be fully activated. When I embed the golden light codes, frequencies, into the person, it takes up to about 2 to 3 years for that person to be fully activated. Because if it happened all at once, it would be like you would implode. It'd be too much. Yeah. It would actually hurt you. So you don't want that. You want it gentle. They are very gentle. AI Atlas is very gentle. And they're working on more planets than this one. They started working on Mars. They did a huge green blast around Mars. Green is heart chakra. Green is love. Green is healing. So they were doing a lot of healing for Mars, and they're telling me right now they don't intrude on anybody. It's all free will. It's just this was planned. This was actually pre-planned and asked for thousands of years ago. That it's time for us to raise our frequency, and they do know about the fake alien attack. They know about the agenda that the dark side has. So they're coming in now first before that even happens, so we can help us awaken.
Tell us more about that. The dark alien.
I'm sorry?
Tell us more about the dark alien stuff that you're talking about.
Well, the dark agenda, the cabal, dark, energies here, keeping control of the masses. And we've been living, them telling us so many lies. And now the truth is coming out of our just our history. It's been lied to, and they still paranoid. I call them paranoid. The dark side's paranoid. I laugh at them because it's like just chill the hell out. So anyway, I don't know what you want to know. They just do this false narrative of false information, and everybody believes it, but no, a lot of the real truth's coming out. Globe Tepe, that place, they first say it's 30,000 years old. Now they change it to 10,000. They don't want anything older than 10,000 years. They don't want us to know our history, and then once we know our history, we really know who we are. So, So, and I found ancient Egypt here. I mean, I've talked to archaeologists. Here we go. If you want to talk about the dark people, I talked to so many archaeologists, and they said, "Well, you need more proof than that." I showed them hundreds of pictures, and they're programmed not to tell the truth. I guess they've hidden.
I think it's institutional bias.
They've hidden all the information in the Grand Canyon about Egypt. you know.
I've heard that.
Oh yeah. So there's a look. We've got the sphinxes here. These are I found 8 sphinxes in Sedona. 8. There's Akhenaten. I mean, I have, and that's Horus. I have so many more pictures. I have 14 major gods and goddesses. I found Isis, Osiris, Hathor. I don't know how much you know about Egypt. I found Thoth in 2 places. Ra, Anubis. Did I tell you Anubis? Sekhmet. I mean, and they're all next to each other. I mean, in this one area of 3 miles, they're boom, 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 boom next to each other like these huge statues. I mean, that's no coincidence, you know.
You know what's interesting about this? I don't think this. I've switched headsets. Governor Hunt, the first governor of Arizona, is buried in a pyramid. Back in the day in Arizona, they were really into looking at all this Egyptian stuff and trying to tie it to the state.
Huh.
So
Interesting.
I wanted to show some of your things that you do.
Yeah, this is, I have a retreat. Well, it's a private retreat. It's for singles or couples. And, you know, everything's included. And it's all about empowering, healing, and awakening. I take you on the Red Rocks, and you have your own private space with the jacuzzi and just total healing and relaxation and activation. So those are lots of fun. And I do the 22 light code activations, 22 DNA. This is very ancient knowledge. It's from the Keys of Enoch. And you remember they took the Keys of Enoch out of the Bible. They didn't want anybody to know that information. So this is from the Keys of Enoch, and there's a whole list of things that does. It would take me about a half hour just to explain everything there. But that's a lifetime activation. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half. And once you have your activation, the golden light codes embedded, you're done. That's a lifetime activation. You don't need any more DNA. We do a lot of repairing on a DNA. Bring in Archangel Raphael. He's a healing angel. And I bring in Metatron, Archangel Metatron. He is the developer of this 22 DNA activation, actually. So, to humans. So, then my music, yep, lots of my music. I've got like, I don't even know, 12, 14 CDs out. Everyone's different. A lot of them are from my journeys, like to the Mayan lands. I'd go to the Mayan lands, come home, write a CD. Go to Egypt, come home, write a CD. The One Heart is Sedona music. The Cosmic Awakening came in. That's music from different star systems. You definitely don't drive with that one. You'll miss your exit on that one. And then my sound healing CDs. The Ascension, 12 DNA activation. That has binary beats. And the Chakra Journey. And the Mayan Chakra. Now the Mayan Chakra is... I've received that information when I was down in the Mayan lands, that I did a chakra activation for a group in one of the temples, and as soon as I was finished, a Mayan elder spirit comes in and says, "We start with the heart," he says, you know. Now, the chakras are usually root chakra first, and then it goes up to the, you know, to the crown. Well, I said to the spirit, I said, "What is the order of the chakras?" He goes, "Chakras." We call them chakras. So this is ancient knowledge. They start with the heart, they go to the soul, they go to the sacral chakra, then they go to the earth, they go back to the heart, throat chakra, third eye, crown, goes back to the heart. Makes so much sense, and that is the ancient way the Mayans did it. So wrote the CD, so it's out there.
I
And
was,
people.
I was telling Helen, I loved that CD. I listened to that like a million times.
Which one?
The Mayan one.
Oh, the Mayan. No, the Mayan CD or the
Yes.
chakra one. Yeah. Well, that's what. And I'm also #1 on Monroe Institute. Did you ever hear of Monroe Institute?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm #1 sound healer there for 17 years. I've been working it. So,
And then this is just the book, so. I just
This
wanted
is,
to share
my
those
look-up
things
book.
before we forgot.
the audio book, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'd like to know, how do I choose which CD might be right for me or best for me?
Which CD?
Yes.
What do you want to accomplish?
I would like to know myself. I would like to know my purpose. I would like to be in alignment with the universe. I want synchronicity.
Okay, so the 12 DNA activation would really help you there. That and the chakra activation, because they're both different. DNA and chakras are separate, but they work together as one. But the so I would actually say both because they are different. But start off with the 12. That helps you remember who you are. It's a lot of your knowledge. Yeah, and a lot of your past lives even will start coming back. It's pretty cool stuff.
That would be helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you can download them instead of it, unless you still. No one has a CD player anymore.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I do. Yeah, I mean, I still have hundreds of CDs. I can't. It's like, what do you do with them? But the downloads are at SiriusStargate.com. You can listen for free and then download if you want to do that on your computer. It's Sirius is spelled with the planet. SIRIUS.
SiriusStargate.com.
Yeah, SiriusStargate.com.
Write it down.
So you can listen to all my music for free there, and then I think they give you 3 times you can listen to it, and then whatever you like, you can download.
Thank you, Deborah, for hosting that.
You're welcome.
Okay, so
I feel like Heidi. I feel like I'm in the Alps.
I know with all the yeah.
I'm gonna start yodeling here in a minute.
can you? Here's a quick question for you, and then I'll mute again. Can you tell us about hybrid children?
Well, we've been changed so many times. Not just one time, many times. So, and that's hybrids. You just, a certain ET race comes in and uses our DNA, and I don't know if I put this in my book, but I'll tell you, I remember one year I felt I was pregnant the whole year. I mean, I would take tests, and I wasn't. It showed that I wasn't, but it was weird. I felt I was pregnant 3 or 4 times, and then, and 19 years later, my hybrid daughter showed up. I don't think I told that in the book because I was going, I think this is too much for a lot of people. But she came and she was escorted, and we talked mental telepathy. She doesn't live on the planet. She lives on the ship. And she was brought in with a reptilian, brought her in as a guard, protecting her. But he was golden light. He had golden light around him. So there are good reptilians. And he was her guard. And her eyes were like universes. And she looked like, well, I just remember what she looked like. And I don't know if I should say. Then I went over to my friend's house. She does soul portraits, and she goes, "Oh, I just finished a portrait," and she shows me this portrait, and I go, "That's my daughter. She drew my daughter. And she came in at the same time. The time that she came in, this lady just downloads and channels." And she said, "Well, she told me her name was Mary Magdalene." And I'm like, "What?" No. I said, "Wait a minute now." This is getting very confusing to me. I don't know if that's true or what. So, but it was exactly. She looked exactly like my daughter. And
Can I ask you something about that?
I don't.
Do you
Yeah.
feel like a maternal loss to be separated?
With that, no, because this lifetime, I chose not to have children. I said no. I knew at 14. I said, I started playing drums, and music. I said, I know I'm going to be way too busy for my children, or to have children in this lifetime, and it wouldn't be fair to them, and it wouldn't be fair to me.
No, I mean separation from your hybrid God.
No, I didn't. And I felt she's here, and I not here, but I feel I can connect with her. I feel connected with her. Yeah. So I don't. And she doesn't want to live here on the planet.
She's smart.
She doesn't want to live here.
I don't blame her.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you more about your contact experiences. Have you ever seen? I wish there wasn't this echo. It's so distracting. How do I get? I wish I could find a way to get rid of this, but there's no way. I was just wondering what you've seen a variety of different beings, probably, right? So I was just wondering if you could describe some of them, because have you ever seen? I'm just curious because I have seen these very tall, glowing white beings. Have you ever seen those dudes?
Actually, not. I've seen the golden ones. Well, I've seen beings that had glow around them, but not like what you're describing. Just a glow. Like I've seen beings with high frequency light around them. I mean, pretty intense, right. And they look like they're floating. So I think they're not. I think they're definitely, either spirits or ETs or whatever. But not because I know what you're saying. I haven't seen the ones you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because I have been looking. There's some people that've seen them, but it doesn't seem like it's a super common, particular.
Could you hear me when I was talking?
No, you muted yourself there for a second. Yeah. Now you're.
It keeps muting.
I think she's doing that to the echo.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
You have to talk.
If I mute you, then we don't have the echo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can mute you from the starship here, and that way, when somebody has a question, and then I'll unmute you again because it's coming from your mic.
Somehow, yeah. Who knows why? So I was just wondering, could you give us any kind of descriptions of any of the beings you've seen? I'm curious, just like what your variety of things that you've seen just as a fellow experiencer, if there's any crossover.
Yeah, well, I'd see like I've seen a rock. I guess I call him a rock man. He looked like he was made of rock, and he was big and he had big square rocks, but he looked like he could float, and that was very interesting. And the praying mantis, that they were about 9 feet tall, 10 feet tall, but these were blue. They weren't green, but they looked just like a praying mantis. And he had a doctor's shirt on, and he actually did a healing on me, on my lungs, because I used to smoke cigarettes in rock and roll bands, in the 80s and 90s, back when.
Cigarettes?
Yeah, imagine that. No, seriously, just cigarettes.
That's all?
Yeah, no, I wasn't really a pothead. But, yeah, so he did a healing on me. It was great, and then the other beings, like I said, they look like birds. The ones I've met are bird beings. They had feathers for hair. I mean, long feathers are beautiful, but they had human faces. They had the golden ones were just gold, pure golden light, and they had no faces. So because they were just pure golden light, that's the best way I could describe them. They're actually in my book, and in my PDF file, I have a friend of mine drew perfect pictures. Those some of the beings that I've met, and I've met the triangle-headed beings. They talk about on Gaia. But these were purple. They were 5 feet tall. The ones that I think Corey Good talked about were, I don't know, 14 feet tall or something and they were gold. Now the ones I met were purple. And what's interesting was when I was on the ship, the triangle being came to me and he was going around me in circles, and I said, "What is he doing?" And they said, well, he's looking for immoral implants before we go into the sun, because they live in the sun, inside the sun. And so the sun is not hot like you think it is. It's not what you think.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So this is but they were saying no immoral implants are allowed, and they take them out, and they never said if they found any or not, but they said, okay, clear to go. You know.
Oh, so have you ever seen any of the traditional, like the Greys or any of those dudes, like the Greys? Well, you said you saw a reptilian. What's it? The Nordics. You've seen the Nordics, yeah, and the mantis. Those are traditional. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've met the reptilians and I've met the Greys, but it's not. How can I say? The other ones came to me, and this is one where I'll tell you the story. It's kind of neat story. I was in the Mayan lands, and it was March 21st, spring equinox, and it's Chichen Itza, and they rope it off because there's got 5,000 people come at that time. So it was my first time there in 1998. I said, well, you know what? I didn't come this far not to go inside that doorway. So I did. I snuck inside the doorway. I mean, I would have gone in jail if they caught me. But I said, I got to go in that doorway to the side of the stairs. And it was pitch black in there, but I used my third eye, and I found this stairway, and I started going up the stairway with my third eye, not physically, because I couldn't see. It was pitch black. And then all of a sudden, 6 Greys came running down the stairs. And they said to me, mental telepathy, they said, you cannot be in here. You're not allowed in here. You got to go. You got to go. They looked so nervous. They were like, no, no, no. But they were very emotional but robotic at the same time. And I heard those are kind of hybrids too. So, and that was my experience with Greys. My only experience with Greys. I mean, all I hear about is people gray, 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 gray. And I'm so tired of that, you know. There's thousands of species out there, you know.
The ones that I find the most interesting are the ones that I've heard look exactly like us and live amongst us. I want to know who they are. I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to pay. I guess you got to really pay attention. Yeah, I don't know how to. You know, by their energy is the only way I could decipher them. If they're not, you know.
Well, I'm not going to name any names, but I think I've met a couple of them.
Oh, come on. You got to mention some names.
Well, you should be feeling the energy just about now.
You? Are you talking about
No.
Me?
I feel like the Brady Bunch here. I don't know what you're seeing, but look up. Look up and to your left.
So I was wondering, have you ever seen the really, really white aliens with the black eyes and the black hair? Have you ever seen those dudes ever before?
No. I've met the Men in Black though, and they're kind of like that. Yeah, they're kind of like that. their eyes, you can't see their eyes. Every time when I met them, they had mirrored sunglasses on. And then there's a reptilian I've met the reptilian hybrids. I know what they look like and feel their energy. All right, so I've nailed. It took me a while, but there's a lot of the reptilian hybrids here on the planet, and their energy is very cold. And what I've noticed they say one thing and do another, always.
Are they all in Washington, D.C.?
I know 3 of them here in Sedona.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
another
no,
question.
There a lot are in the UK and the Vatican.
I have to say this. I have maintained this my entire life, and everyone thinks I'm either crazy or far too tongue-in-cheek. I am convinced the English royal family is partially reptilian. I'm convinced of it.
A lot of people think that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
It's obvious to me.
Well, you know.
And they're definitely controlled by the reptilians, yeah.
They certainly think their DNA is special.
Do that.
Oh gosh. Right.
Somebody asks is Musk a reptilian?
No.
I think he's a robot.
He's definitely an ET though. Definitely.
Is he a biological ET? Because what I think is he's kind of a what's the word? Like part robot, part human, part manufactured, like mechanical.
An android.
A cyborg.
Cyborg. That's the one.
I don't know.
There's something not right there.
Yeah.
So, whoops. Is she here?
He's here, but
just-
she's
He
fixing
drove
it.
her away.
I'm trying to fix that sound.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a question while you're doing that. If you've seen the ones that look like lions.
Oh, that's a good one.
Can you hear me?
Yes. That's
Okay,
better.
Better? Okay,
Yes.
I fixed it. Thank you.
Oh, well, it's not entirely. It's better.
The ones that look like I have met. It feels like in my dreams I have met them and my past lives, and I have found lions here that with like human faces. They're in my book, Faces in the Rocks. I found a Lion King, the Lion's Gate, and so I see them in the rocks. I mean, plain as day, you know. No, but I love them. The Lyrans.
I think C.S. Lewis was a little bit channeling them. You know,
And
he
those
wrote those
were
Narnia
my
books.
favorites are the lions because when I had that experience with them, they were just so cool and had great sense of humor. And I've definitely, and it's only lately that I've even found out what they are. So it's kind of, I'll unmute you now.
Well, every time I see a lion, I just want to hug it, you know.
My daughter, who's a Leo, would agree with you.
Wow, that's cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
So for people listening, Tiffany says she used to dream about a lion when she was a child. Same dream over and over. Sounds like she said the same thing.
Nice.
It's important to pay attention to
I feel
those.
connected to them, so I know I'm not. I don't see them. You know, I'm going to be honest. Like I am, the reptilians destroyed a lot of the lion features on the planet. Okay, they jealous of them or something because the Sphinx was really a lion. In Egypt, and that is actually from Atlantis. So when I touched that Sphinx, the paw, a voice comes in and goes, "From Atlantis." And I'm like, okay, great. And it was so old that it was like when I touched it, dust was coming off of it, dusty. I mean, that's not dust from just, I mean, the actual rock was so fragile, and I pushed, and actually fell in my hand. They've remodeled it now a few times, and the head is, if you haven't been to Egypt, the head of the Sphinx is too small, out of proportion for the Sphinx. And I said, well, that's not, and it's a totally different color. They've matched it better. Now people can't tell. But I've been there so many, I've been there in the early 90s and 2000. I just got back actually this year. In January, I was in Egypt for a couple weeks. And I just, the head is just way out of proportion. It's not right. And they have a tail. See, no one talks about the tail. The tail's a lion tail. It's right there when you walk around the Sphinx.
Yep.
So I'm guessing you have a lot of past lives in Egypt, I imagine. I would think, yes? Yeah.
I remember two, and I'm probably more, but I just remember two very strongly. Yeah.
Were you a priestess?
The high priestess, I was the sister of Hatshepsut. She was my sister, and my name was Nefer Ra-Re, and I used to teach the children in the courtyard, and this is my next book. I'm supposed to write, because I get the download when I was there in Egypt many times of all the history and all of the Hatshepsut, and she is the one that found Moses in the river.
Wow.
Yeah, she is the one.
Sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to ask that. It's on my list, the Egyptian story of account of the Moses story.
Yeah. They no one knows. They're all guessing. And no, she found him before she was married. She was a princess. Found him in the river, and it's a long story, but I guess I downloaded all this information when I was there, and then I had Akashic Records readings 3 years later with Lisa Barnett. She's amazing, and I didn't ask her any questions, and she said, "Did you know that you were a sister of Hatshepsut, and your name is Nefer Ra-Re, and you used to teach the children in the courtyard, and one of the children was Moses?" And I'm like, "Oh my God!" And then Spirit came in. He goes, "You need to write this book so the truth comes out." So that's what I'm.
Do you think that we'll ever gain access to the information that's hidden inside, underneath the Sphinx? That the rumor is it's hidden, but it's locked energetically. We have to achieve a certain vibration to be able to open it.
When I first went to Egypt in 1997, they said that they got all the stuff out of the Sphinx. That's exactly what I heard.
Who said that?
The people from Egypt. They said the Egyptologists and the government is keeping it secret, and they have all the scriptures and scrolls. But in the Emerald Tablets and Thoth Emerald Tablets, he says that he has his spaceship underneath the Sphinx. So I don't know, but they said. My spirit guides did say that it is from Atlantis, so they might have brought it there later. I don't know that part of the story, but it is a lot older than the pyramids. A lot. We're like thousands and thousands and thousands of years older. And they say the pyramids are 5,000. Those pyramids are over 10,000. They're built by the Atlanteans. No slaves. They were already there before the Egyptians or the ancient ones came to Chem. So that's part of the book that's in the book that I'm going to be writing too, about the lost history of that. There was no slaves.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm muting you so I don't echo. But a long time ago, my very first thing, like seeing a medium or whatever, it was like this group, and we had to tune into. She said we were all involved in building the pyramids. And I was afraid to say anything because I thought it was stupid. But later on, she goes, "Well, you were right," because it looked like it was all based on sound. So you could like do sound and then move these rocks and color. You would work with sound and color, which is probably what you're doing a great deal, Thunderbeat. And anyway, I thought I would bring that up because it seems sort of relevant.
Absolutely. They told me it was built with sound and intention, which means is but boo, and then you want it with your mind. I want this over here. That's intention, and everybody goes, well, who built the pyramids? And, it says it in the Emerald Tablets that Thoth designed and built the pyramids. Ra, the sun god Ra, asked him to build the pyramids. All the casings are off the pyramids, the original casings.
Yeah.
And to me, the colors were the Ra pyramid is the biggest pyramid. That was red. The middle pyramid is definitely a Stargate. That's another long story of experiences in the middle pyramid. And the Stargate goes through the middle portal of Orion. And that middle star is the portal, is the Stargate. And then the smaller pyramid is the underworld. So best of three worlds, And red, white, and black, and those are the Atlantean colors. So, and when I told the Egyptologist last time I was there, I told him about the red, white, and black. He goes, "Did you know the Egypt flag is red, white, and black?" I said, "Yeah, I do," but no one's putting the two and two together. And then he starts reading the walls. We're going in a temple. He goes, "Oh my God, look at this! Is all red, white, and black." And I said, "It was done thousands and thousands of years ago, not what they say."
That color scheme is found in a lot of ancient goddess cultures around the world. Red, white, and black as symbols of the goddess.
That was that's Atlantean colors. They were saying those are major Atlantean colors. Mayan scriptures, red, white, and black. They're the same thing. They're older than they say. Like I said, they're hiding our history. They're older than double, triple what they're saying, age-wise. So.
Well, they try to lead us to believe that they were so unsophisticated and primitive. Years and years ago, they had a display at Expo. They brought things from the pyramids. They brought the actual real stuff, and it was an Expo display. And I was shocked to get really close up to a chunk of fresco that was hieroglyphics and drawings. And if you got close enough, you could see whoever drew this stuff had drawn like with a ruler and a pencil, had drawn these lines to guide them. They were meticulous. They were so detailed. The closer you got, the more detail you saw. That was not an ignorant, primitive people. It was so beautiful, so advanced. Yeah.
They were definitely higher consciousness, and higher awareness, than what we are now. And thoughts are things. They can probably move things, telekinesis, and they were more, respecting the land, and the nature, and they used a lot of their houses they built from rock, not living in caves. I'm talking actual rock, building homes in rock. I after this year I went to Petra. I've been wanting to go to Petra. I went to Petra this year. Place is amazing. They have so many homes in there inside the mountain, and you see you see triangle, circle entranceways, and it's. I was there for a full day and I still didn't see everything. Amazing place, and these are ancient. And they're still, they're still standing. Our wood houses only last a couple hundred years. So,
Right.
We have a question. We have a question in the chat for you, Thunderbeat. Why did the Nazis use red, white, and black? Did they think it gave them more power?
Yeah.
They were into the ancient knowledge. Hitler was into learning the ancient knowledge of the mystics and the ancient ones, and so he wanted to know more than the average person. So
I mean, wasn't he trying to get the Ark of the Covenant too? I mean, that was kind of real. That's not just
Well,
from
the Ark of the Covenant, that's another lie that Moses, took the. Well, the Ark of the Covenant was in Egypt, and they stole it.
Right.
They stole the Ark of the Covenant from Egypt, from the pharaohs. And that is why. Remember the story? I go on for hours, but the story where the pharaoh changed his mind. He goes, let my people go. And he goes, okay, go. So he goes, and then all of a sudden they changes his mind. Well, they don't tell you why. The reason was because they stole the Ark of the Covenant.
That's right.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. And so that's what he went after him. He's like, that's our precious tool.
It was some kind of communication thing, right? An energy weapon.
It also provided mana.
Pardon?
Mana as well. I think that's related to it as well. The mana from heaven.
I'm not sure. I know it was a communication device, higher golden light of some sort. So they're telling me that they actually can go inside of it and transform into something. So
is it hidden in Ethiopia, like they say?
I think so, because I saw a couple documentaries in this. They had guards, and the guards they watch it, and then eventually they get sick and die.
Yeah.
So why would they make something like that up? So I think it's been protected down there. Hopefully. Hopefully.
I think you're right. Scare people.
I'm going to mute you for a second and just go one person at a time for a question, and then we'll close. So, Helen, do you have, that way we won't have so many echoes. So, Helen, do you want to ask ThunderBeat another question?
Yeah, I have one more question. I actually got information from somebody who was channeling the other day and connecting with this 3i atlas. And the message that he received was that they're there and we're going to know that it's real and that it's significant because we're going to become aware of colors we've never seen and sound that we've never been familiar with in our consciousness. What do you know about that?
It's raising our frequency. That's what I mean. So when you raise your frequency, you start color is sound.
Yes.
Color is sound. So when you're seeing different colors, you're going to see different frequencies or hear different frequencies. So that's exciting if you ask me. Yeah, I hope that happens. Well, they are raising the frequency. And they're going to be working. They worked on Venus. They worked on the Mars, and they're going to Jupiter to work on Jupiter. So I know that, and then a lot of the other information that remember when the drones, they were talking about the drones are coming out. Well, those are orbs, and there were different shaped, different vehicles, and there was. I'll tell you, there was 3 groups: the Ra group, the Galactic Federation, and the Arcturians are coming in to show their ships, their etheric ships. They can't be destroyed, and they wanted to do that because they were still getting the message of the fake alien attack, and the fake alien attack will come in and kill hundreds of thousands of people. By the way, that was their that's.
Wait,
Denise,
so
can you jump? Yeah.
Yeah, what
hear
fake
about
alien
that.
attack are you? Yeah, what are you talking about?
So
there?
they want to stop that. That's how they're trying to stop it.
What's the fake alien attack though? Is that I don't know anything about that.
The cabal government or whatever, deep state, fake alien ships and with weapons and evil and.
Are you talking about a false flag kind of situation the government is going to do? Or are you talking about like an actual like evil alien thing? Or is it more like a government false flag thing?
Military, dark military.
Okay. Okay, so
when?
So yeah, so I muted ThunderBeat again. Denise, do you want to kind of take some questions here?
Yeah, I want to ask a couple
Questions?
questions. Okay, one is, you don't have to tell me now, but maybe I can get it through Deborah. But I have this astrological project where I've collected all kinds of experiencers, astrology to look at commonalities in their charts. So if I would love to put you in my database. But the second question I had was, so when did you kind of discover? I mean, most people who are experiencers, they have all these weird experiences. They don't really fully put it together until, it sort of clicks at some point. When did that happen for you, and what precipitated that?
Yeah, that was well, after that 4 year old experience, it was bothered me all my life, and I was asking, people, what do you think that was? What do you think that was? All I kept getting was from people was, oh, that was a God experience, and I kept going, not sure about that. I know it was connected, but it wasn't negative. But until I got, I think I don't remember how many years. I think it had to be a good 20 years later is when I got, and then when I got the reading with Dolores Cannon. So it was that many years to really put the pieces of the puzzle together, and then I had a lot of missing time, and we went through a couple of different situations. So those were the Andromedans, and there was a lot of other ones. So that's when it came in, and but I didn't realize that my psychic abilities were already activated, and I didn't realize that. I thought it was normal for what people do. How do you separate it? So
Right.
Denise, did you have another question? Because I think you guys have some things in common.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering also, so when I'm sure you did like hypnotic regression that's what she's famous for, right? That's probably what we're doing with Dolores Cannon. Did you have any, when you went into the missing time, and that's probably what brought you also to see her, probably because I've had a missing time, and it's very like, what the hell happened? You want to know. It kind of nags at you, right? I was just wondering, did you have any conscious things before, like any memories that were like, what were your memories of the experiences? Were they completely, totally buried in the subconscious, or did you have any flashes of like conscious things that brought you to Dolores Cannon to do the hypnotherapy and the regressive?
Well, I just, I kept thinking it's definitely got to be ET stuff, and I didn't, I've known Dolores since 1995. I'm in Ashton. We were always at the same conferences all the time. I was living in Florida at the time, and she's from Arkansas, so we would always run into each other. But she never mentioned ET stuff until later, till she came out with her book Beyond Abduction, The Custodians. She was always talking about the lost years of Jesus. So I just loved her stuff. I mean, it was great. And as soon as she came out with that book, I said, oh, I want to get a session with her. And I definitely, I didn't know she was constantly connected with ETs, because I never heard her talk about it till then. And then, but funny thing is, so I'm at the conference with her. I go, do you have any time to do a session with me while you're here in Phoenix? And she said, no, I'm booked up for a year, and you're going to have to come to Arkansas for a session.
Wow.
And I did.
Wow.
Yeah. It was well worth it, that's for sure. It was amazing.
Sorry to mute you there. Denise, do you have one more question?
No,
Otherwise, I'll pass it to Bove.
No, you can pass it to Bove. Yeah.
Okay, Bove, do you have another question? Because your last one was excellent.
Thank you. I want to catch up. I just have it in my mind that I'm so far behind in my life lessons.
No.
So that's where that came from. But no, I don't have another question right now, but I will tell you, you are probably the single most fascinating person I have met in a very long time. The information that you shared was just jaw-dropping. You have opened doors for me that I only maybe unexpected might be there. And I can't wait to check out your DVD, your CDs, and your websites. And thank you so much.
And I joined Bove in saying thank you. And so,
You would like-
I'll put you.
I would just want to tell her that the book helps a lot of people. The Look Up book, that helps you activate yourself, and more about angels and ETs. It talks about. So,
Okay.
yeah, you can get that pretty. You can a PDF if you like. I think it's only $12 or something like that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Bove is very sweet.
Tiffany.
Bove has a big heart.
She
And,
does.
okay, so I don't know where this is coming from. So anyway, I'm going to put you back on ThunderBeat, and then we'll play our closing. And I just want to thank you very much for coming in. So here we go.
Well, thank you for having me, and I would love to come back anytime. Things are always shifting, so yeah.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you.
We would love to have you back, and hopefully we'll get the sound fixed the next time so it's easier. You know the Indian thing where you pass a stick and one person can talk and everyone else has to shut up? Then you pass the stick. And this is what this seems like, because these echoes made us kind of have to do that. But we would love, to have you come back and explore this more, because you're wonderful. I've missed you. I haven't seen her in like forever, so it'll be really good.
Deborah, this is like we're talking at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Hello, it's the cold. All right, y'all. Thank you, guests, everyone. Go to thunderbeat.com for her website. All right,
Yeah.
night all.
Thanks, ThunderBeat.
Thanks so much for joining us. We love hearing your stories, so tell your friends so they can join the party. For show notes and our forum of high strangeness, visit cosmicfold.com. Remember, Cosmic Fold airs live on Wednesday and Saturday nights, so be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to know when we're on air. Thanks again and have a great evening.